Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey, Stu, Carol, Fred. Hi, Julie, Maureen, JW, Thomas, Joe, Chip. How you guys doing? Hey, Rick. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a 3-day weekend. I'll tell you, that's kind of nice. The guy could get used to that. Good morning, Gavin. Hey, one of the most important things going on this week is going to be the, whoops, how did I do that? Huh. There you go. Just got to figure out how to, haven't turned my computer on all weekend long. Forgot how to do some things. Probably the most important thing this week is going to be Wednesday here at 2 p.m., followed by 2:30, I guess. That's going to be pretty important. FOMC announcement, that's likely to be a biggie for the market. There's not much going on here today, nothing at all really. CPI tomorrow in the morning before the market opens up. Like I say, Wednesday. There's some stuff going on Thursday. You've got the jobless claims. That may be probably the most important thing there. And then Friday PMI number here. So with Wednesday, FOMC, Mr. Powell, with him speaking here, more than likely, I mean, it would be my guess that the market is going to be not great, just not exciting is what I mean by not great, until he spills the beans on what their plans are. So anyway, we'll set up for that and be prepared. So I'm looking at the SPY chart here, and you can see that the SPY is trying to do a balancing act on the 34 EMA. That's what this orangish color kind of dotted line is here, 34 EMA. They're trying to do a little balancing act here. The 50-period moving average is down here. This is this blue dotted line, and if we fail there, to me, it's a no-brainer. We're going to head down there. Are we going to stop there? We can't predict if it's going to stop, yes or no. We can't do that. Best we can do is watch price, watch for the signs of bulls coming in or bears coming in, and trade accordingly. Right now, for the market, for the SPY to be bullish, I would say that we need to be, let's do this. We need to be over 400. It's that simple. So it's got a little bit to pop up here before it can do that. And like I say, we fail that 34. I think it's likely we get down there to the 50-period moving average. If we take a look at the SPY weekly, let's see here. Look at the SPY weekly, and yeah, look at that weekly chart. So if we take a look at the weekly chart here, everybody has been focusing on this downtrend line. It's still there. It has not been broken yet, which means the sellers have some control. Well, if we draw a line down here from 2020 down here and run it up to this line right here. I'm not trying to paint a bullish picture. I'm not trying to paint a bearish picture. I'm just looking at the chart. You can see where we started down toward this line. We rallied up, down toward this line, rallied up, down toward, rallied up, down toward, in fact, hit it. In fact, that's what made the line right here. And then back up to this top line. So we could keep this up. I mean, we could definitely keep this kind of thing up here. And then the direction of the break, whether it's break to the upside or break to the downside, that would give us lots of information where the market might be going, say next year, 2023, at least the first quarter, maybe first 2 quarters, might give us a really nice direction. Right now we're just kind of moving inside this wedge, which, if you look at it at the daily, that's a lot of space. A lot of monies can be made, and a lot of monies can be lost right here. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty. Diamonds. I want to look at the diamonds here. And what did I do? I must If you take a look at the weekly chart on the diamonds, and we've looked at this before, the diamonds are the diamonds have broke the downtrend as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't mean that they can't get back in the downtrend, okay? But they've done everything they have needed to do to squash the bear, and it's all been about that downtrend line. Well, we're over that downtrend line, so the bulls are in charge. On the weekly chart, price is above the 50-period moving average. Take a look at the daily chart, and I want to come over to this chart. I'm going to get rid of that line. I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't know if it's going to mean anything. We want to keep our eye on the 50-period moving average and the 200-period moving average right here. We are coming dangerously close to creating what they call golden cross. Now, there is absolutely no guarantee that means anything more than a clever name that's than a clever name. And the setup has happened sometimes, and it works sometimes. It doesn't work 100% of the time. But it is something that I think a lot of people are going to be looking at if we can manage to get up there. And what that is where the 50-period moving average crosses over the 200-period moving average. And that is 100% looked at as being bullish. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means it's happening. Close, not quite yet, close. Here we are. If we continue to move up, and as long as the price stays up here, and the price can weasel its way down like that, and the 50-period moving average is still going to climb. And if we get over that 50-period moving average, you'll hear all the news talking about it. You'll hear everybody talking about it. And that could be a bullish, positive sign. Could be. Just like I said, this is not guaranteed. We could certainly climb above there. We could certainly see the bullish signs. And then, boom, back down we go. That is very possible. So I just wanted to point that out because I'm certainly going to be watching it going forward here. All right, what else do I have? That was all I have on my notes. Let's take a look at Coop. But I want to, well, you know what? We'll stay right here. Let's take a look at Coop. Coop, there we go. So Coop pre-market here is having a big move. Now, I'm not remotely interested in trading it on this gap right here. What I am interested in is putting it on a watch list and waiting for it to set up to the type of setup that I kind of like, which would be a chart that's trending, a chart that popped up, and a chart that pulls back to trend to give me a buy setup, just like that. So here we can look at this, and I'm not going to draw that kind of a trend. That is way too much. I'm way too steep. Just something like this for now. And then we'll just watch for that pullback. We'll wait for the buy signal, a candlestick in there, maybe another one, something that shows the buyers are coming in, and then we'll look at trading that right there. Another one, CLX, which we're in CLX, and it's still holding up. It's still got some targets up there, sort of choppy right in here. But overall, I still think that's a good chart. We'll keep posted on that. DBX is trying to move up here. This has been a rounded bottom breakout. Last Monday, we had our Monday class on this, on the rounded bottom breakout. And it's doing exactly what a rounded bottom breakout should do. We get back through that 50-period moving average. Then we're looking for it to move toward the 200. And in a perfect world, it gets there. But that space in between is a great area to make some money. Here we've popped up and we've pulled back, and we're starting to make that J-hook continuation pattern. All a J-hook continuation pattern is a continuation of the trend. That's all. So you've got that trend there, and we rally up, we pull back, we put in a higher low, and we rally up again. And in this area, you're going to have little choppy, movements up and down. You're going to have candles that probably make you nervous, candles you'd really not rather see, and you're going to have candles that make you think you're the smartest person in the world. The chart pattern is what we want to look at, and so far this is working out. NVDA has been pretty popular lately. This has also been a rounded bottom breakout. It's pretty much not a rounded bottom breakout now. It did reach its 200 period moving average. I see a little J-hook forming in here. To move higher, we've got to break out over the 200, and when we do, I think NVIDIA goes higher. The trend will stay a trend till it's no longer a trend. Looks like we have a little bit of resistance up here, about 189 or so. Looks like we have some pretty good resistance up here at 210, 212, 213. So we'll keep an eye on that. But as long as the trend continues to work, NVIDIA continues to work. OGN, this is a rounded bottom breakout. Here we tested the 50 once, failed, pulled back, regrouped, tested it again, and won. Here we're over the 50 period moving average. Nice pullback. There's your J-hook type chart pattern. If you think of this as your trend, there's your trend. Higher lows. You color it how you want. Higher lows is a trend. So there's your trend, and here's your rally. Here's your pullback. Here's your higher low, and here's your breakout. That's your J-hook continuation pattern. So far looking pretty good. Headed to the dotted deuce. Get through that, and then we'll look at the 200 up here. KHC, another one, still holding this one. KHC seems like it's doing pretty good. Slow, not exactly setting the world on fire. It has hit targets, doing a great job. Looks like there's still room up there. Little movement, pre-market. I'm not going to get too excited about it unless it really starts moving. But we'll just, watch for those targets, take profits where needed. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, GSK. I like what GSK is doing. So GSK, there's your trend. All right. You can, if you want to be exact, whatnot, you can. Just anybody with two eyeballs can see it's in a trend. And a rounded bottom breakout, by the way. Nice rounded bottom breakout. And here we've ran to the 200 period moving average, and we pulled back. There's a nice J-hook continuation pattern that could be setting up here. We need to see buyers come in. Need to see those buyers come in. And so that's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to put this on our watch list, the LTA watch list. And when I'm alerted, this just might be a nice little buy here. Very nice side over here, left side. Very small bottom. And then we started moving up again. So I'm going to be watching this, and we'll alert members. If we see that moving, it'll be on the app. We'll certainly alert that. Let's take a look at Momo. This is not one I'm interested in buying today, not at all. What I am interested in is what in the world got into this thing over here? Well, not really. Don't really need to know that, to tell you the truth. There we go. Yeah, don't really need to know that. I mean, not to me. I don't need to know why. I just need to look at the chart and the candlesticks and the price action, and I just have to know, hey, we have a trend right here. Look at that. You can see we have a very nice, long, constructed bottom right through here. Let's put a line in there. There we go. So something's going on. We broke out of these highs over here. We tested and we broke out. Okay. All right, cool. Now, let's wait for the setup. Now, the setup, the buy, the setup, I can't tell you where it's going to be. I wish I could. I can't do that. Not that I don't want to. It says, I don't know where this is going to pull back to exactly before the buyers start coming in. So, when it starts pulling back, we'll just watch for the candles. That's what we're going to watch for, the price action. It's set up to be bought, not necessarily today. And I'm going to wait for the setup. Now, it doesn't have to pull back. It could actually just move sideways for several days. And if it does that, what I'm going to do is wait for that T-line there to flatten out and maybe come up with price like this, something like that. And then if this gives us a buy signal, that could be the buy. There's no rule that says that price has to actually come all the way back down to here. No rule that price has to stay in this area. We're just going to let it go. Different strokes for different folks. The different strokes on different charts. It could go one way or the other. We have an advantage because we have candlesticks here. We have the price action. We have an advantage because we have we use live trading alerts alert and put it on the watch list and just be alerted when the buyers start stepping in. So, anyway, let's look at pump. We talked about pump last week as a short. For those that get into that, congratulations. That short looks like it's working. Blue ice failure here. Failure of the 200 and the dotted deuce. There's nothing about it that looks overly long right now. If we, move lower, we could start to see some buyers, but I don't see any buy signal in there. So those that were short this last week, congratulations. You made some money. Don't forget to take profits, okay? All righty. I'm going to shut this down this morning. Good morning, John. I just saw you there. Good morning. Good morning, Mai, Al, Steph. How are you? David, Thomas, everybody, JW. Welcome. Glad to have you all here. We'll be back here in about 25 minutes, a little bit less. And then market will be open. Let's have some fun today. Enjoy the week. Remember, Wednesday's going to be kind of important. Like kind of, seriously kind of. And well, we'll just see what happens, okay? All right, you guys all take care. See you shortly. Thank you very much for listening.